Hi, I'm Gretchen Fitzgerald, and I'm Executive Director with Sierra Club Canada. You're going to get a lot of asks this season for giving, and I know it's not easy. There are so many incredible organizations out there doing good work, and for many of us, it's hard to give as much as we would like. So my big ask of you is simple. Check out our website, see what we do, look at our social media feeds. And if anything resonates with you, please consider making a gift. Our work isn't appealing to everyone. It's gritty, and it's not about flash. Every day we work hard, and often in difficult situations, to provide real change in the immediate moment and for the long term. Because our philosophy is that environmental action is strongest when it's rooted in community. And in a time when democracy itself is increasingly threatened by disinformation, we think that that sort of gritty, non-flashy, but connected work is more important than ever. At a time when disinformation seeks to pit us against each other, working to connect communities, meeting face to face, knowing who your neighbors are, and joining in campaigns to protect our collective future is more important now than ever. Because we're member-led, that work might mean combating anti-democratic disinformation or planting 10 million wildflower seeds across Canada through our Let's Plant campaign, or promoting local renewable energy development that actually benefits communities. It sometimes includes training sessions for communities on preparing for extreme storms and wildfires. But no matter what we're doing, we're always looking for the connections between different fields of environmental work. How does one effort reinforce the other? How can we highlight the efforts someone in a community is doing to make the world a better place? And we do all this with a small, passionate team of staff and volunteers, but it's a dedicated force that works incredibly hard. Sometimes that means racing to get a press release out the door, connecting with volunteers across the country in a 15-minute time frame. Because if we don't do so, that issue may never get covered at all. And sometimes it's when we're in that room, rushing to complete and fact check that content right up to the last moment and under the clock. Our team is so dedicated because every one of us cares. We all came to this work because of some connection we had with the environment. Having grown up in northern Newfoundland, I witnessed the impacts of the collapse of the cod fishery on my community, and that's what drew me to marine biology and conservation ecology as a student at Dalhousie University. All of us on staff and in our board have a similar story that connects us to nature and to each other. Your gift, whether it's $5 or $365, fuels that care. And if you choose to give, say, $365, well, that's really only $1 a day for the whole year. But it allows us to reach thousands of people with messaging that counters disinformation and helps pay for a community organizer or sponsor a kid to take part in our Wild Child Outdoor Forest School programs, or helps prepare a community for a climate disaster that unfortunately we know are becoming much more frequent. It may help us run a petition or organize a protest to call leaders to do more to protect nature. It may even help us buy some wildflowers for next spring's Let's Plant initiative. Every dollar you give goes a long, long way because you're giving to a team of people who care deeply and who work very hard together. Every gift builds hope, and every contribution brings this movement and the people behind it closer together. Thank you for being part of that hope and for giving whatever you can.
I have an idea for like a little blooper thing at the end that I think I might. I'll send it to you and let me know what you think. Anyway.
You can have me running around, changing my room around,
changing
going, ugly. It looks ugly. You know, TV would call you and you have to rearrange your room.
I told you about the thing with my mom's painting that like it's in the background and a journalist calls me and he's like, and I've got it in the background and he goes, wow, that painting's really nice. Who did the painting? I said, it's my mom's painting. She got more exposure on that painting than I think it's ever gotten in like its life as a painting, right? Because it's in the
That's
background.
So awesome. Looking at the camera and I know what my name is.
Sure. It's the simplest stuff, right? That always goes wrong.
So true.
I'm thinking of that time in Montreal. I think you were here and we were trying to get the press release. I think it was Rights of Nature.
Cafe.
Like in the cafe. We gotta
I know. It's like, oh, what are you saying? Rights of Nature. Oh my God. Scrolling through a 20-page document.
Yeah. we're going to do a Giving Thursday podcast episode where it's just me talking to Taylor about the work that goes into fundraising. So it's not much about like the staff and like what actually goes into.
It should be about empowering people. Like it's, at the most basic level, it's mutual aid.